They say space is silent, but last night we heard something. A signal. It repeated over and over again. It wasn't alien, it wasn't a star, it was my voice, calling for help. It started 10 days ago. I was working late, poring over data from a small observatory in the middle of nowhere, Chile. We'd set it up there years ago. It didn't see much use. Most of our research required big, expensive equipment, the kind that needed to be near other expensive equipment. Our Chilean station was meant for quiet observation. It had to be running all the time, so it was perfect for just letting it run, collecting cosmic background noise while we worked on other projects. But one of my interns kept finding strange blips on the static. Nothing major, just a few frequencies that seemed to be slightly out of place. Now, these kinds of anomalies happen all the time. Interference from satellites, bouncing radio waves from nearby stars, anything but what we actually wanted to find. It was the kind of thing you looked at and immediately moved on from. That is until they realized it was no accident. Every 47 seconds, a voice broke through the static. Not just any voice, mine, crying out, "Please, someone, help me." The exact recording we'd made 5 years prior. But how? There was supposed to be nothing there. No one had been near the observatory for years. And yet there was my voice, reaching out from cold space. We ran analysis after analysis, trying to figure out if someone had tampered with the equipment. But the source was clear. The signal didn't seem to be coming from the observatory at all. It was coming from deep space, millions of miles beyond Earth, and it was getting stronger. There was only one thing to do: launch a private mission, a one-way trip into the void to find the source of the transmission. We threw everything we had at it. I was chosen not just because of my expertise in astrophysics, but because it was my voice on that recording. If anyone was going to understand what was out there, it was going to be me. 3 weeks later, I boarded the shuttle Odyssey, named ironically, given the fact that it would have no hope of returning. With 2 others, we set course toward the coordinates where the signal had originated. The closer we got, the clearer the signal became. It wasn't just repeating anymore. It began changing. New words, new cries for help. It was like someone was living through something in real time. Then we heard it. A whisper in the static. "Don't come here." 2 months later, the Odyssey found it drifting in the void. A derelict ship, its hull scarred by decades of radiation. There was no beacon, no sign of life. Yet the signal pulsed directly from inside. We boarded. The air was stale, recycled far too many times. Our flashlights cut through the dark corridors past walls lined with frost. That's when we heard the recordings. Hundreds of them. Voices echoing from every direction. All of them mine. It hurt so bad. "Don't open the door. You shouldn't be here. Turn back, please." In the control room, we found a terminal still flickering with power. The logs were corrupted, but enough remained to understand. This wasn't just a ship, it was our ship, the Odyssey, our own future vessel, the one that we'd designed and built ourselves. The voices weren't recordings from strangers. They were from us, from countless missions that had already happened, missions that ended in screams, in failure, in death. We were trapped in a time loop. Every attempt to reach the signal to find the source of the transmission led us back here, to our own graveyard. As we explored, the ship lurched violently. The comms blared to life, deafening with overlapping screams. Our own voices, thousands of them, crying in unison. We scrambled to escape, but the corridors shifted, changing shape, trapping us deeper. No matter which way we turned, we ended up back at the control room, back at the terminal, back at the truth. The final log before the loop played on repeat now. My voice, broken and terrified. "You can't escape. You never escape." We barely made it back to the shuttle. The signal faded as we pulled away, but it never truly stopped. Even now, I can hear it, faint in the background. My voice calling from the dark. "Please, someone, help me." And if you're hearing this, maybe you're already part of the loop. If you want to get more stories like this, please hit that like and subscribe button. And as we move on to our next terrifying tale, let's talk about loops. Time loops are a fascinating concept, aren't they? The idea that time could be cyclical, repeating the same events over and over again. It's a popular trope in science fiction, often used to explore themes of free will and determinism. In stories like 12 Monkeys or the TV show Russian Doll, characters find themselves trapped in a repeating time frame, forced to relive the same moments until they break the cycle or learn some valuable lesson. These stories allow us to examine the butterfly effect, the idea that even the smallest actions can have significant consequences. By making different choices, characters can alter the outcome of events, breaking the loop and changing their fate. But time loops aren't just a fun way to play with narrative structure. They also tap into our primal fears of being trapped and helpless. The idea of being stuck in a never-ending cycle of events, unable to change the outcome, can be deeply unsettling. It forces us to confront the possibility that our lives may be predetermined, that no matter what we do, we're simply repeating the same patterns over and over again. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of time loops is the opportunity for growth and self-improvement. By reliving the same moments over and over again, characters can learn from their mistakes, become better versions of themselves, and ultimately break free from the cycle. It's a powerful metaphor for the human condition, the idea that we can keep trying, keep learning, and keep growing until we achieve our goals. So the next time you find yourself stuck in a rut, remember that you're not trapped forever. With a little creativity and determination, you can break free from the loop and create a new future for yourself. Just don't forget to subscribe. After all, who knows how many loops it might take before you realize the importance of hitting that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this one, please hit that like and subscribe button.